taking retirement from Test cricket. Yes, we are talking about Virat Kohli. He's announced that he's going to retire, and this comes right after Rohit Sharma last week retiring. Now Virat Kohli bids adieu to Test cricket. Let me go across to Karishma, who is joining us with more details, as well as Arunil. Karishma, it's almost like an end of an era, isn't it? First Rohit Sharma, now Virat Kohli. But these boys have really set the tone for Indian cricket.
Well, yes, absolutely. It is an end of an era when we talk about Indian cricket, starting from last year when both of them announced their T20 retirement, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, and now Virat Kohli announcing his Test retirement as well, right after Rohit Sharma announced it as well. So, of course, it is going to be a very, very difficult phase for Indian cricket team when we talk about T20 format, when we talk about Test cricket format. It is going to be a phase of transition as well. We had already reported that there are reports of Shubman Gill or KL Rahul becoming the new Test captain, but this is, like I said, going to be an inexperienced team that will be going to England, given Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, two of your most experienced players, are not going to be there. But having said that, if we talk about Virat Kohli's legacy, it is going to be so important. There are, so many players who look up to him, not just Indian young players or domestic players, but players from across the world who look up to him, who look at him as a role model, as an inspiration, because he's been one of the most disciplined and one of the most fittest cricketers as well. There was so much talk about how he maintains himself. The fact is that he's been 75 kgs for, the longest period of time of his career. People used to say, insiders used to say, that his weight doesn't go 1 kg up or 1 kg low. That's how disciplined he is about his weight system. So that is only one aspect of Virat Kohli. But when you talk about the, larger life that he's lived in Indian cricket, you will not be able to take Indian cricket's name without mentioning Virat Kohli. Everyone was hoping that he's going to breach the 10,000 mark as well, but he stopped at 9,230 runs in Test cricket. Of course, there must have been a lot of deliberations. There were reports that BCCI was trying to convince Virat Kohli to continue with Test cricket, at least play this 5-match Test series versus England. That did not happen. Virat Kohli once decided that he is going to hang up his boots in Test cricket. He has gone ahead with that, and he has, bid adieu to Test cricket as well.
In fact, do stay on with us. Bhajan Lal is also joining us. Madan Lal is also joining us, former cricketer of India. Madan Lal ji, your first reaction. You've seen the action up front. You know what Kohli really brings to the field. How do you think Indian Test cricket is going to change? The first up, of course, is going to be the upcoming Test against England, which is going to be impacted, do you think?
He's one of the legend in Indian cricket, one of the best batsmen ever produced by the Indians, because he brought a lot of passion on the game. And the retirement is a bit shock. I thought he might take a retirement after after that England series. He could have waited. He could have waited for a Test series. But that's his personal decision.
Why do you think he didn't wait, Madan Lal ji? Because do you know something more than what we do? How much did the BCCI try to stop Virat Kohli?
Well, people like Virat Kohli, they never stop. And once they thought about it, because he must have consulted his family and everybody. That's why, that's the only reason he has taken it. But definitely, BCCI didn't convince him. I don't know what the reason is. But that's what I told you, that he could have waited for an England series. Because that's a very, very important series.
But without Rohit Sharma, now without Virat Kohli, what will happen in the Indian cricket seems kind of inexperienced.
Well, the Indian cricket will go on. We have produced a lot of legend in the past. Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev. There is a lot of, but there is another fellow will come and take his place. So this is
of course, India is known for creating cricketing legends. In fact, let me go across to Vikas Kohli, who's joining us. He's the brother of Virat Kohli. Appreciate you, Vikas, joining us. Do you know what really happened? Why did Virat Kohli take this step right ahead of a very critical Test against England, which is coming up?
No, I don't think anything happened. It's just his personal, decision to, how he wanted to carry forward his career. So I don't think anything, we should not speculate anything. It's his personal call on, he wants to yes, we are very proud. I mean...
but what is the reason behind it? Does he want more personal time? Have you spoken to him? What does he say?
No, ma'am, I don't think so. I mean, personal time, of course, he has a family. Everyone wants some personal time, but I don't think anything is related to anything. I mean, it's been, good 14 years he has played for the country, for India. And yeah, so it's a totally a personal call. Even I can't tell you what is going on in his mind, but I think it's for something good only, and we should celebrate this.
Of course, he's left behind a legacy of 14 years. It won't have been easy, Vikas. What is it that he says about taking a step back? It's not easy for someone who's so driven.
No, ma'am, it's of course everybody who's been there for so long. Doing what you love, your passion, it is difficult to leave. But I don't think he's not a person who feels any regret or something, because, you have given it all. You have done your 200% every time you go there. So, yes, of course, there may be one part that will, be a bit sad. But apart from that, it's like, I don't think he has any regrets or something.
Vikas, have you spoken to Virat Kohli?
No, I have not spoken to him as of now, because he has just announced it. But yes, we knew. We had.
You knew?
We knew. We had discussed this before, and so yeah, I think he thought this is the right time.
How long has he been thinking about it?
I have no idea, ma'am.
You've spoken to him, you said, which is why I'm wondering. When did he tell you that he's thinking
just like a very casual, talk or some a while back. That's it. He's not been thinking a lot about anything. He doesn't think too much about anything. So it's just maybe a thing came to his mind, and he wanted to maybe
definitely take a step back.
The time, yeah.
But Vikas, did the BCCI try to retain him? How did they react to it when he announced to them?
Ma'am, I don't have any idea of, because I am not, actively involved in anything of these types of discussions. So I can only tell you, and, they wanted me to just give you my word on how we feel about his...
How do you feel as a family?
Yeah, of course, we are very proud. It's been a great journey. It's been a, unreal journey. Nobody thought, when he was that young, that he would play for India. And, captaining India in tests and, one days and T20s. And, it's been a good journey. It's been a very, exciting journey. We are very proud.
Absolutely. I'm very sure. And we are all proud of your brother, Vikas. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us here on Times Now. Let me go across to Srinjoy Chaudhary, who's joining us, our consulting editor. Now, Srinjoy, you're a man of numbers. I know you are a quiz master. You know all about the stats. Tell us, break down the stats for us when it comes to Virat Kohli, because he was just shy of breaking yet another milestone. That would have been 10,000 runs in Test cricket. Stop just short of that.
See, 9,200 runs is a lot of runs. Very few Indian cricketers have scored 9,000 runs in Test cricket. Tendulkar, Gavaskar, Dravid, that's roughly where it ends. Lakshman was close, 8,700. Sehwag also almost there. But 9,200 runs is a lot of runs. Now, as a result, Virat Kohli's contribution to Test cricket will not be forgotten. And let's not forget that he has retired from Test cricket like Rohit Sharma. He may not retire from one-day cricket. And possibly Virat Kohli is the greatest one-day cricketer, one of the greatest one-day cricketers of all time. So India would want him to play one-day cricket. India may want him to play T20 cricket. But as far as Test cricket is concerned, he scored a brilliant century in the first test of that Border Gavaskar trophy. But after that, there was a bit of a slump. Rohit Sharma dropped himself. Kohli did have that 100. But even before that, against New Zealand, against Bangladesh, the numbers, his test average has come down to 46. Now, for someone like Virat Kohli, you would expect his test average to be like Tendulkar's, to be like Gavaskar's, to be like Dravid's, which is above 50. That was something that would probably disappoint him. His one-day numbers are exceptional, 57 or 58 last season. But more than all that, more than these numbers, there are two things about Kohli which have to be remembered. One, he was the voice of the new India. He represented this new India, an India that will not back down, an India that is not burdened by 200 years of colonialism. He stood up as a new Indian and gave it back to all these countries.
And I think you put it beautifully. He represented New India because he brought aggression back to the field. And after that, there was also gentlemanly behaviors. Many a times we'd seen him walk up to his opponent, talk to them, have a chat. Let's also tell our viewers what exactly it is that Virat Kohli has said. You have that post. I'm going to show it to you on the big screen as well. This is what Virat Kohli has said in the post where he's announced his retirement. I'm going to read it out to you on the big screen. He has said that it's been 14 years since I first wore the baggy blue in Test cricket. Honestly, I never imagined the journey of this format would take me on. It's tested on me, shaped me and taught me lessons that I'll carry for life. There's something deeply personal about playing in the whites. The quiet grind, the long days, the small moments that no one sees, but that stays with you forever. As I step away from this format, it's not easy. It feels right. I've given it everything I've had, and it's given me back so much more than I could have hoped for. I'm walking away with a heart full of gratitude for the game, for the people I shared the field with, and for every single person who made me feel seen along the way. I'll always look back at my Test career with a smile. So there you have it. Virat Kohli essentially saying no regrets. Let me go across to Arunil. Arunil, you've got your ear to the ground. What is the inside scoop? Why is it that this critical time, right ahead of the England Test, right ahead of him getting his 10,000 run milestone landmark, why did he retire now? Did the BCCI try to stop him?
Well, Meghna will discuss about that as well, but this is the time to celebrate the great cricketer that Virat Kohli one has to say, while playing for India in the whites. He was clearly struggling. He and Rohit Sharma both were struggling in the Test format. In Australia, Virat Kohli repeatedly got out in the slip cordon, and only to one bowler only he was getting out. That was Scott Boland. Yes, Srinjoy also mentioned about the fact that his average not being above 50 like the other greats may be one thing that may be disappointing for Virat Kohli, but he leaves behind a much bigger legacy. If we remember, he's the only player who looked at the Aussies in their eye. He gave it back strongly to the Australian players whenever they tried to sledge us. He basically, his aggression on the field, it was infectious for other players as well. And he has basically, he has inspired a young generation to speak about it. Now, why Virat Kohli may have taken this decision, if you want to discuss about it, his brother has mentioned saying that it was part of a discussion amongst the family members as well. Virat Kohli in Australia had struggled. Rohit Sharma, in fact, in the last Test match had to be benched by the BCCI. That awful kind of a form Rohit Sharma had, and Virat Kohli also didn't have a good series in Australia. Did the BCCI only tell these two players to basically pull down curtains on their career, or Virat Kohli has taken this decision because another of his peer, that is Rohit Sharma, has also retired, but this is happening before an extremely crucial series. India will be going to England, and they will be without their two batting mainstays, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. Both have exceeding numbers with them as well. Virat Kohli is the fourth highest run getter for India in the Test match format. First is Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Sunil Gavaskar, and then it is Virat Kohli. It is no mean feat. He is clearly an inspiration and a role model for many young kids who follow him for his fitness, mainly for his aggression. His captaincy was also a hallmark. He basically won us a Test series down under in Australia. He basically took us to World Test Championship finals as well. And whenever we speak about Indian cricket with respect to their test format, Virat Kohli's name will be written in high regard. The reason for that is he has played the game with utmost aggression, but also shown the gentleman spirit.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, we have the stats there on your screens of Virat Kohli and what he's achieved as a test captain as well. Let me go across to Pratibha. Pratibha, I believe this is one of the things that the entire nation today is looking back. It's a bittersweet moment. Of course, the kind of contribution that he's made to the Indian team, the Indian test team, is going to be historic, but also the fact that Virat Kohli will not be seen in the whites now.